Hello beautiful people, I'm back with a new video. It took a while. I recorded this video last week, but I didn't like it after all. I finished editing it today, but I didn't like my energy. I don't know. I think I recorded it one day before my ayahuasca ceremony, so a lot has changed since then. For the better. I can definitely talk about that another time. I have a lot of things to process first. But yeah. In this video, as promised in my previous one, I will talk about how to rewire your subconscious mind, because this is so important. Because basically, if you look at the esoteric principle of as within, so without, everything you experience in here will show up here, which sounds pretty crazy, but it's true. And I experience it daily firsthand because I'm really, conscious of what I'm thinking right now. And sometimes I have friends and they ask me like, can you manifest this for me? And then I'm like, no, because it's your reality. And the thing that most people don't get is they have been manifesting their whole life, but they don't do it consciously, so they're basically constantly in default mode. Like, most of the time there's a specific area where people experience lack. It could be love, it could be money, it could be health, whatever. Because it's always been that way. If you've had a childhood where there was a lot of abundance around money or love, then that is what you are used to. So then relationships won't be a problem for you necessarily. Of course you can always encounter something negative, a negative experience, but still, it's not your default mode, so it's not like you're getting attached to a specific experience and, expect it to happen again, because you are not used to that. You are used to having an abundance of love or whatever it may be. It could also be because of money. Maybe growing up you didn't have a lot of money, or your parents didn't have a lot of money, and now you expect that getting money is hard or impossible for you, when it's really not. You can change everything every second of the day by just changing your thoughts, changing your mindset. And in this video I will explain how you can do that, and it's really easy. So according to the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, you have basically two ways of how people operate. The first one is outcome-based habits, and the second one is identity-based habits. With outcome-based habits, the focus is on what you want to achieve, and with identity-based habits is the focus on what you wish to become. And there's a really big difference between the two, because for instance, if I wanted to lose weight and I go to the gym, I start eating healthier, most of that is built upon a short-term spark of motivation. And the thing with motivation is it really fluctuates. Like, one day I can be very motivated, and another day I really cannot be bothered to go to the gym or eat healthy or whatever. And that's basically because it's not your identity. It's really focused on the outcome. With identity-based habits, it's different, because then you really identify with the person that you want to become, and therefore you will act as the person you want to become. You get the difference? So for example, instead of I want to lose 5 kilograms, you say I am a healthy and disciplined person. And this will first put you into the identity of the person that has what you want. And this is a really, really important thing, because Neville Goddard, he's like the goat of the law of assumption, also always talks about this. Basically everything is a state. So if you are victimizing yourself, which I will get back to later, you are in a victim state. If you want to have a relationship, and you have your amazing relationship eventually, you are in a very loving state, like you're at peace, you're not chasing anything. And this goes for everything. Everything is a state. If you are sad today, it's a state. If you are happy today, that's also a state. Everything is a state. And according to your state, there's certain thoughts that you will have that will refuel that state. It's a circle that's repeating itself constantly. So how to rewire your subconscious mind. The first thing I would do is really think about who you want to become. So really identify yourself with the person you want to become. If you want to be a successful business owner, don't say I wish to be a successful business owner. No, just say to yourself, I am a successful business owner. And that's how you really embody the feeling. That's how you introduce a new concept to your mind. And then according to that, you can apply certain techniques. And basically, like I said before, everything you experience in here, you will experience on the outside as well. Eventually, there's a delay, of course, if you would experience everything instantly. And it's possible to experience things instantly, but things would be a mess because I'm a really anxious person, and if all of my anxious thought would have manifested, I would be by now. So just to clarify that, let's say you want to manifest a specific job or something. Just say, I have this job. I'm looking for an internship at the moment and I'm not really motivated to, you know, do too much for that. But if I really wanted to, I could now just embody the feeling of being an intern in a specific company, and I would get there, of course, but I just don't have the motivation for it right now, unfortunately. But yeah, that's okay, you know. But that's basically how you shift into an identity. Now, how do you back that identity up? It's by rewiring your thoughts, and this can be done by multiple ways. You can affirm. If you want to learn more about affirming, I will make more videos on it, but you can also head over to Sammy Ingram's YouTube because she's really the queen of robotic affirming and just affirming in general. She was my starting point like 4 years ago. I started watching her YouTube channel and that's how I got into manifestation, and then it was just a roller coaster. And now it changed my life, so thanks to her. But yeah, affirmations, basically it's really what you can back up the state or the identity with. So if I wanted to manifest a specific person, I would say I am in the relationship of my dreams, and I would just back that up with certain affirmations like so and so loves me, so and so cherishes me, so and so does this for me. I don't even know, like I'm not manifesting a specific person right now, but you know, for the future. Or for my past version, because I have manifested specific people before with the craziest circumstances. I've manifested specific people before, which was really crazy, and it's honestly fairly easy because a lot of people always think like, oh no, that's not possible. It is possible, and you're always manifesting specific people, so no, it's not fucking manipulation, so don't come for me. But yeah, just really choose sentences that you can repeat over and over in your head, because when you repeat a certain thought for enough times, it will become a belief in your subconscious mind, and that is what will project to your outside world. That's really how it works. You can also do this by visualizing. I'm really big on visualizing. I specifically use a technique called SATS. It's basically state akin to sleep, and it's when you start visualizing before you fall asleep, because then your subconscious is more awake than your conscious mind, so it really implies a lot faster. And when I tell you, every time I have a specific topic, a specific thing I want to be manifested, I do this and it always happens, and every time it happens I'm in shock. I'm flabbergasted. I'm literally thinking like, how is this possible? But it's really just, you get guided towards that outcome. Your actions will align, your thoughts will align, just everything in your reality will align. Telepathy is also very real. People will feel what you think. Everyone is you pushed out. It's all very much real. Like, I promise you. If you want to visualize, just choose a specific image or scene that you want to experience with either a specific person, or if you want to manifest a specific house, just visualize yourself in that house, feel everything. Like, you can really make it real in your head. It's honestly, the more you feel it to be real, the faster it manifests, because it's like, whoa, this is, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a real and a fake experience. And it's not just being delusional, because I also know for a fact that there's a lot of people out there manifesting specific people, but they're not really paying attention to their thoughts, but they're going crazy in their reality and just chasing someone when that's not how it works. Like, you cannot fix anything in your reality. You have to first look inside, because if nothing changes inside of you, nothing will change outside of you. It's a crazy principle, but it's really how it works. And if you cannot visualize, you can also hear things. So if you want to manifest a specific person, you can do inner conversations for example. Because I know there are people who cannot visualize anything inside their minds. So yeah, then just have a conversation with your specific person, just hear it in your mind, try to make it as real as possible. And this will also really work. I also do this sometimes when I want to have a specific conversation with someone. I just have the conversation in my mind already, and then I know it will happen in my 3D, which is my external reality. Also, something that's really efficient is meditation, because it slows down your brain waves and it makes it so much easier to really get things into your subconscious mind positively. Because of course you can also get negative things into your subconscious, and then you start manifesting things you don't want. So really be mindful of the thoughts that you are thinking throughout the day. And you don't have to check every negative thought, but just don't give it any power, because as soon as you give it power, it starts to repeat and it starts to become a belief, and your ego feeds it, and it's like this is your reality, when it's not. You can choose what you think, you can choose what you experience, but it's not in the way you think. You cannot control other people in your reality by blaming them for things, blaming them for their actions. No, you really have to look inside yourself for answers, for solutions, for everything. Because this is also my last point. A lot of people these days are victimizing themselves, and this is really not a good thing, because yes, we are humans and we experience hard things sometimes, and of course it's okay to have compassion for yourself and heal, because we need that. We cannot just suppress our feelings and just go through with our life, because that's not how it works. Then it's just repressed. It's still there, your body feels it. So please feel your feelings, like I said in my last video, but don't victimize yourself. Bad things can happen to us regardless of anything we do, regardless of manifesting. Bad things can still happen to us, but don't victimize yourself, because as soon as you start victimizing yourself, you just get into this horrible spiral of negative things happening to you, more negative things coming to you, and basically what you focus on is also what you create. So as soon as you think something, your mind will focus on it and you will start seeing evidence. So if it's a negative thought, your brain will seek out the evidence. Your brain is very smart. So if you have a bad day today and you focus on it enough, tomorrow will be a bad day. The day after will also be a bad day. If I victimize myself today, I will probably victimize myself tomorrow, because it's something I'm now familiar with. And also, you can never put the blame on other people, because a lot of people are like, yeah, but I've tried therapy and it didn't fix me. I've tried coaching and they also didn't fix me. I tried psychedelics and they didn't help me. And I always think to myself, okay, but of course you can seek help for things. You have to ask for help. Did you integrate the things people try to teach you? Do you hear what other people are mirroring to you? You have to integrate the things people are teaching you. If you are in therapy and you go home and maybe it doesn't match, maybe you and the person just don't match, that's okay. Then just seek out another therapist. But you can never put the blame on other people. You can never say, I tried this and it didn't help me. Look at yourself. Only you can fix yourself at the end of the day. You can go to a therapist, but at the end of the day, it's still you that puts in the work to fix yourself. If I look at YouTubers like The Wizard Liz, or there's another girl called Simone or Tamcor, they are amazing. They give great advice and I can watch them for hours. Or the YouTuber I talked about previously, Sammy Ingram, I can watch her videos for hours. I can soak up all of the information, all of the advice, but if I don't apply it, nothing will happen. You have to apply the teachings that are given to you inside of you. And that's the only way your reality will start to change. It will start to shift, but you have to start with yourself. And I know this can be very confronting and you really have to take responsibility, but it's just the way it is. Your life will not change if you don't take responsibility for your inner world. And if you don't do this at an early age, chances are you are in your 40s in a couple of years and think to yourself, why does my life still suck? Why Does it feel like I still haven't found my purpose? Because you never put in the work. People tried teaching you things. The universe or God or whatever you believe in gave you certain experiences so that you could learn from it. But you didn't. Because you did not integrate the lessons into your life. You just kept victimizing yourself and just kept telling yourself, why does this happen to me? I don't want to deal with this. You kept repressing your feelings. You kept just being in your comfort zone. You stayed in your comfort zone. You clinged to your ego. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to take the steps necessary to change your life if you want to change something. If it's a new job, if it's a new relationship, if it's a new living space, whatever, it all starts with you. No one can do these things for you. That's also why I always say to people, no, I cannot manifest anything for you. You have to put in the work. I can manifest all the things I want. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I can put in that work. And if I don't feel motivated, also fine, but then I know I won't get it. And that's my responsibility. But if you want a better life for yourself, you have to take responsibility. Because no one else can. And no one else will take that responsibility. And also just stop blaming other people. Like, I know so many people, I personally never hold a grudge towards other people that have done me wrong in the past. Because why would I? Do I want more of that? No. I just move on. Honestly, I stopped giving those people energy because why would I? I can invest that energy into myself, into my passions, into people that I do love. And then there's people that are constantly just sending hate towards other people from their past and blaming them, and it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. You have to take responsibility for your life. What other people do, you cannot control externally. If you want people to change, you have to make a change within. But you can never expect someone to change by just telling them, oh, no. Oftentimes, you have to make the first changes. And yes, there are narcissists and people that just should not be in anyone's life, and you should never want to manifest someone back into your life who is just very narcissistic. Like, I don't even get why you would put in the work to change those people. But when you want different behavior from my camera stopped. But when you want different behavior from others, you have to make the first changes. You have to shift your identity. If I don't love myself, I will accept behavior from people that it's just not good. It's poor behavior. It's manipulative. It's just not good for my highest self because I don't give myself enough love to experience better. That is why it's so important to change your identity to someone you want to be, and then change your thoughts accordingly. Just do it. It's not that hard. You will thank yourself. You will be so grateful. You will be so grateful. You will reflect on certain choices you made on situations where you thought, I will never get out of this. And then you did. And you changed your life. You shifted. And look at you now, You will be so grateful if you just put in the work. And it's not that hard. Just start. Start small. If you don't believe in manifesting, fine. Just start small. Start by affirming for a specific type of cookies. Someone gifts it to you. I don't know. When I first started building my belief, I just started affirming for random things. Like, I would say, oh, I'm so grateful for my AirPods, and then all of a sudden 2 days later my neighbor was like, since it's almost your birthday, I got you some AirPods. It wasn't even my birthday yet, but still. I built my belief on those things because I had no resistance to those things for some reason. I see a person and I'm like, oh my god, that person is so cool. I would really want to be friends with them. I just start affirming or just visualizing me hanging out with a certain person, and then it happens. Then they text me. Then they all of a sudden want to be in my life. Like, just start small. Start building your belief, and then I promise you, at the end of your journey, and there is never an end of course, but there is a point you will reach when you're really like, wow, it all starts with me and all ends with me. There is nothing I need outside of me, it's all just within me. You are so incredibly powerful. You can create anything from within, but it all happens here, inside of you. And then you will eventually experience it in your reality, which is beautiful. And I want that for you. So please, take my word. Well, I will make more videos on these topics because I'm so passionate about this. I just talked for 20 minutes about this and I'm not done yet, but I'm gonna end this here because the video will be so long again. I'm sorry. But thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. And if you would like any specific questions to be answered, please let me know. I would love to do a deep dive into certain topics. Like if you want to manifest a specific thing or person, let me know and I can do a deep dive. I've done it all by now. I've manifested a lot of things, a lot of crazy circumstances to be different. So I'm always happy to help. Bye bye!